My name is Shawn London. I live in Venice, California, and I am an audio engineer. I've been in the music industry for almost 25 years now. Most of my time is spent traveling with bands on tour, from Cypress Hill to Jane's Addiction to Rage Against the Machine, Suicidal Tendencies, Dilated Peoples, Eagles of Death Metal, Kings of Chaos, Camp Freddy, all kinds of bands. Internationally touring, I've been to Germany, France, Belgium, Lithuania, Croatia, Serbia, Siberia, Russia, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, South America, most of Canada provinces, and Alaska. And I got stranded in Moscow. So my day on tour consists of waking up, getting some coffee in me, going to get some breakfast or lunch, whatever time I wake up, finding my laminate, because I forget it every time. Hooking up with the crew, getting inside the venue, unloading the truck, putting all the gear on stage, miking the band, getting the band sound checked, then going to dinner and waiting till we do our showtime. The biggest festival I ever mixed was in Bogota, Colombia at the Presidential Park. It was Suicidal Tendencies, and the capacity was 125,000. And we played at 4 o'clock in the morning, and the kids were still up and waiting for the next band. It was an all-day, all-night festival. So one of my better moments in rock and roll was Camp Freddy was doing a show in New York City with Lou Reed, and we were in rehearsal, and Lou Reed was having a real tough time because he hadn't played with Dave Navarro, which was driving him crazy because Dave kept pulling and playing leads, and he didn't like it. He kept saying, stop, stop, stop. You gotta not play those noodly leads. Lou would stop again and say, who's doing sound? Who's mixing us? And I'd be like, me, sir, I'm Shawn. He goes, this is the best sound I've had in 30 years. Are you gonna be with us tomorrow night? And I said, yes, sir, I will be. He goes, great, now I'm happy. Everybody was like, yeah, Lou Reed just gave you a compliment. I'm pretty happy about that. November 13th, 2015, I was touring with Eagles of Death Metal, and it was Paris, France. We played the Bevilacqua Cafe. It was really crowded, oversold show. I noticed that there wasn't a lot of security guards. We're about into our 5th song. All of a sudden, I hear a bunch of firecrackers behind me directly. I turned my head and I looked back, and these gunmen approached out of nowhere and started shooting everybody around me. I instantly jumped underneath my console, and people jumped on top of me to get away from the gunfire. They just kept killing people all around me. Initially, the band were on stage, so they left first. They got out of there quick. I was stuck underneath the console with 4 other people who had been shot or injured. The gunman came right to where I was and clipped out, ran out of bullets. So he instantly turned around, pulled out his magazine, threw it at my feet, and clipped in another magazine and went the other direction. My thoughts were going from, okay, we're gonna die, to we're gonna make it out of here. As soon as he clipped out again, we all got up and ran out the front door. Luckily, I made it out with no harm. The thing that stuck with me was all of the injured bodies coming out. There were hundreds. The other thing very saddening was to see family members looking for their daughter or looking for their wife. People that heard what happened on the news and drove down to the Bataclan and left their car running while they were trying to get in to find their son. It was really sad, and something I'll never forget. 2 weeks later, we got an invite by the band U2 to fly out and surprise their guests with us coming out on stage and doing one song with them. People were really surprised, and it was awesome. After the band finished their song, they were gonna take a big bow, and our guitar player dragged me up and said, get up here, and I got to walk up and see 60,000 people screaming at us. And I felt the roar of the crowd, and I heard some of the most amazing cries and cheers. It was actually one of my favorite moments in my career. One of the things that I learned about being a sound engineer and traveling the world with bands is that you never take for granted your job, your friends, your employees, your employers, and the people that you meet on the road, because we're always looking out for each other. It's not all fun and games. It's not a big rock and roll party all the time. Sometimes. It's a lot of work, and I enjoy what I do, and I love my career.